say, whoa, sister, whoa, now. Yo, run, brother rat, brother puss after you. Run, brother rat. Run, brother puss, brother dog after you. Tell me what you really gonna do. What you gonna do? Them chasing after you. Whoa, brother, whoa now. Whoa, sister, whoa now. Whoa, yo, yo, yo. I say, whoa. Universal Father, I know you see what has been going on over the years.
Yes. We have the man with the car, Jerry Lyons. In the building.
Falling by the hands of the enemy, and then the blood keep running. There never seems to be an end. Universal Father.
Alright, straight after this one, we have the man with the car, Jerry Lyons, live and direct right here on realmusicfm.com.
Oh yo, we all gonna sing the same song. We all gonna sing the same song. We all gonna sing the same song. Oh, whether you're a bubba, or whether you're an orthodox, or whether you're a Binky Natty Jet, or whether you're a 12th tribe of Israel, we all gonna sing the same song. We all gonna jam the same jam. We all gonna chop the same chop. So if you argue, fuss and fight, you're giving hypocrites the right to say that you can't unite. My God, did not fight. I know we're all gonna sing the same song. We all gonna jam the same jam. Jamming. We all gonna chop the same chop. Take us out of our homeland. Take us down here in Babylon. You wanted us to sing that same song.
Yes, we're talking about Israel
Vibration.
Vibration.
That same song. You wanted us to sing that same song. And I know.
Alright. We have the man with the car, Jerry Lyons, in the building. We have Post of Bless.
We all
have Post of Bless who are selecting within them. Sing. realmusicfm.com.
We all gonna chop the same chop. So if you argue, fuss and fight,
that's not right.
you giving hypocrites the right to say
All right, blessed love. Welcome, Jerry Lyons to RealMusicFM.com. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Bless. It's an honor to be here this evening. Real, real love. I like to say, big up everybody listening tonight, this evening. Yeah, we have some music for you and give you some history. Yes, I.
All right, blessed love. All right, we've got lots of music to play and there's lots of questions to go by. But I think we'll start off with the first track and we'll talk about the track after.
All right, bless.
King of kings and Lord of lords, conquering life for the tribe of Judah. Mount Zion, our destination. I ain't turning out to Dr. Babylon, land of the sinking sun. Where we say, why man you living like a sinner, chasing after worldly things, so and losing your soul. When you should be living like a winner, don't you know to gain everlasting life? That should not be a now we say fire it a gun, and I say blood it and go run. Yes, blood it and go treading and this a Armageddon. Say blood it and go run, and I say fire it a gun. The wicked man say when them a go hide, them a go turn. They can't escape the wrath of the Almighty One. Gonna be sent and Jah him of the whole world say enough for him and Jah am the righteous man and Jah am the wicked man. The rich and the poor, the weak and the strong. So let me say why man you living like a sinner, only chasing after worldly things and losing your soul. When you should be living like a winner, don't you know to gain everlasting life? That should not be your goal. Say why man you living like a sinner, only chasing after worldly things and losing your soul. And don't you know you should be living like a winner to enter Zion gate? That should not be your goal. Now in a society that judgment can come, there shall be no partiality of any nation. No matter for your creed, your color, complexion, you shall be judged according to the works you have done. So give an account to the Father and be humble and salam. Pray forgiveness of the Lord for your salvation. Repent and seek the grace of the conquering lion, cause that's the only way that you can enter Zion. And me say, why man you living like a sinner, chasing after worldly things and losing your soul? When you should be living like a winner, don't you know to gain everlasting life? That should not be a movie weather. Why are you living like a sinner, only making war with your brother man? You're losing your soul. Lord, you should be living like a winner to enter Zion. That should not be a movie. But if you say in
All right, the man want to call African Simba.
then you're in for a shock. Yes, I am coming over you. You shall be
African
strictly
Simba.
blood and fire. So
Jerry Lyons, how did this tune come about?
Well, this tune come about, yeah. This tune come about around about 1991, 92. I met a Rasta man named Naphtali who said he wanted to do a CD or a compilation, and somebody recommended me to him, and we met up, and he gave me the idea of what he wanted to do, and we just went down and started putting the thing together, and he came with his artists, he came with African Simba, he came with a few artists, but this is how we got together. Brother Naphtali, if you're listening out there, big up, see? Without you, seeing, probably wouldn't know half of them artists, yeah. And we collaborate and work.
All right. Well, tell me something. What actually made you become a musician, a composer, a writer of music? I mean, did you just wake up one morning and say, boy, this is what I'm going to do, or were you inspired by someone?
Well, I was inspired by life, just living and seeing, watching other artists, musicians, singers, players. I was born into a musical family. So most of my toys was musical instruments, toy guitars, motor gun, plastic drums, you name it, we used to have everything. My father was a man that used to push us to play music, So yeah, that was it really.
Why particularly the bass?
Well, the bass for me, it was kind of easy, It make the heaviest noise, But I started on the piano, and did some piano lessons for a little bit, and then I switched on the guitar, You know, I had a friend of mine that could play the guitar, and we used to sit on the steps together outside my yard on Saturday mornings. But he could always play more chords than me, you know. So I used to end up doing the picking, and he said to me one day, he said, "Yo, tell your mum to get you the bass guitar, man, the one with the 4 strings." So I said, "Yeah, that's a good idea," because I was playing all of the lines them on a 6-string guitar, but playing, you know, bass lines. So I went to my mum one day and I said, "Hey, mum, you know you got me the wrong guitar, you know, I want the one with the 4-string." She said, "Well, the one what you got has got 6, just take off 2 strings." So I have to give thanks for my mother with the wisdom which she gave me, you know.
Yeah.
So I had to learn to play the guitar, well, the bass, on a 6-string guitar, take off 2 string, yeah? And work towards my first bass. And when I got my bass, that was it, man. It couldn't stop me.
Okay. Can you remember the name of the first band that you performed with?
Yeah, the first band was called the Dominoes, because there was black and white people in the band as well. So we tried to give it something that reflect what we look, you know.
Was that a reggae one?
It was a cabaret band. We used to do reggae, we used to do jazz, we used to do rock and roll. We used to do everything, man, because it was a versatile band. You know, like I said, two of the guys in the band, the guy was a white drummer and a white guitarist, but they were my school friends, you know, and they were very good musicians. So in turn, they showed me how to play rock music, and in turn I showed them how to, you know, juggle the reggae. And we actually done a couple of shows together before we left school, you know, and that band actually broke up while we was at school. We didn't continue together, but I continued with my family.
What year was that?
That year would have been 73, 74, 75, a little bit late, you know, a little bit earlier.
Yeah, you see, we're dealing with foundation right here.
Yeah,
see?
man. Been doing this from the age of 13, you know, so. And right now we're there at 213. So imagine that we start at 13 and we're there at 2013. I talk to the eye them now. And the world. See? Yes, I.
All right, I think you got our next track lined up,
Yes, man.
and we'll have a little talk about that after this track.
Now this one is dedicated to all those that are different, and all those, you know, who have the opportunity to let their light shine bright. Get up, you know. I took a trip to Africa to see people are crying for opportunity, faithfulness, creativeness,
right, all right. Tell me a little bit more about this particular track.
Well, that track was by a sister, the singer is named Tim Becker. Now, Tim Becker is a local sister from about the era, you know. I met at the same time as the first track that we played by Simba. And like I said, it's the brethren that I was working with, Naphtali, who had produced a mini cassette CD called The Lion, Heart of the Lion, or The Lion's Den. And it's got all these artists, you know, homegrown talent from east and west and north and south, you know what I mean?
Were these released? Were these tunes?
Yeah, these tunes were released, but at the moment I can't tell you where you can find them now. But yeah, they were released. They were the first. They came out on CD, well, no, cassette, and then we moved from the mix. Then we did some fresh mixes, and put them on a CD.
Alright.
But yeah, Naphtali has the information on that. But I just playing them because some nice tune, you know. And true, I don't think them get them full exposure. Everywhere I go, I always play them, you know.
Yeah.
So big up the artist.
So you're a man who's obviously played in the bands for many, many years.
Too many.
Yeah, and obviously you must have worked with a lot of musicians and singers and artists and DJs. Is there anyone from, like, say, the UK at the moment that back in the day or even today that you really sort of feel a vibe for when you was playing with them on stage?
Well, there's quite a few. There's many artists that I work with from Britain, from Jamaica, from America even. On the British side, I can say, you know, I know everybody knows Maxi Priest. But Maxi Priest was probably almost the first person that done his first ever demo. You know, because we came from the same era down in Southeast London, and he used to sing on the sound systems and that. Actually, I recorded Maxi Priest before he went to Saxon, so if they want to query with me, them know where me live and all them things like that. We don't talk lie, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Maxi Priest, you know. You had artists like, even Neros. Neros is one of my favorite artists from the era, from back in the day, you know. I didn't get to meet Neros probably, you could say, a good 10 years ago. We actually did something, but I did know him before that on the circuit, but never ever really get to do nothing. And we have done some works. Later on, I'll play you some stuff we have produced with Neros, you know. Yeah, Harris Andy, Jamaica artist. Worked with him quite a lot when he was living in Southeast London for a while. I was in a band called the Matsimila Band. And the Matsimila Band was from Southeast, you know, Peckham side. And we back artists like Admiral Tibbet, Anthony Redrose and King Kong. So many. Johnny Clark was one of my favorites. You know, we actually backed him for a good few years, you know. X amount. There was another band that I played for called the Troublesome Band. Now the Troublesome Band was real trouble. Yeah, 'cause we used to get all the Jamaica artists like we done people like I said, I mentioned, I'm trying to remember, you know, Leroy Smart, Delroy Wilson when he was around, Rudy Thomas. So I've played with some veterans, you know, I've worked with some veterans, definitely work with some veterans, you know.
And say currently, I mean, who are you working with currently?
Well, currently I've been spending my time a lot with the homegrown talent, you know. People like, sisterings, I'm doing some work with a sister named Sister Lexi. I mean, later on I'll be doing some work with Princess Lynn. I'm working with Sister Amma.
Who's in the building?
Yeah, big up Princess Lynn at the building. Yeah. Yeah, you know, another local artist from the era, Sister Amma. We're still working and finishing off stuff, you know. She's got a really big fan base because a couple of her dub plates, actually, when we play her dub plates, it kind of causes a thing. People just get, you know, pandemonium in the place. Like, we have to wheel and come again. Yeah. So, you know, hopefully, you know, we'll be able to finish this work in a few months, you know. And, yeah, that's quite a lot of people. My brain's just full up with people right now. I'm just trying to get everything in order. But, yeah.
Yeah, because I do remember one of the goodly words where Philip Levi was on stage.
He's my
and-
friend, man.
Yeah, and just a cappella and the bass line, and you can actually see that on Vital Resource YouTube channel with Jerry Lyons. I mean, that was something to remember, basically.
Big highlight. Because that particular show, I was in awe of the whole thing, you know. The crowd was wonderful. The vibes was, you know, it was immense and intense. And yeah, and it was very intimate, very close. And we hadn't rehearsed with Papa Levi, so he actually came, you know, and Simeon said to me, boy, Jerry, you know it go. You know the tune. I'm say, yeah man, just talking. And what you see on that clip there is real, you know, it's not been rehearsed or nothing. That was just the natural vibe, you know, at its best, you know. So
And that was the Moambasa band, wasn't it?
that was the Moambasa band. That was another band.
Full of bands.
I'm still working with that band. That's a good band, Moambasa band. Big up all the members. Yeah.
All right. We're gonna play a next tune. Have we got next tune?
Yeah, I got a next tune by a artist from West London by the name of Lassell James. He's a Hansman. So we're gonna play an instrumental for you people. Just tune in. Yeah, big up.
All right, what a tune!
Put up the tune! Put up the tune!
Yes, tracking title blowing in the wind.
Put up the tune! Put up the tune!
All right, taking that right to the top, the very, very, very top. This was actually produced, arranged, and played by Jerry Lyons, sitting right beside me. We'll take a little bit more after this. give that the full 100. Yes, we have Ebony J in the studio. We have Pose Up Place selecting. That's how we do it. Jerry Lyons, bass player. Not forgetting also Princess Lynn. Yes. I kind of like that, you know. Yes, I kind of like that. Tell me a little bit more about that. Who was the hornsman?
The hornsman was called Lassell James, you know. Hails from the west part of London, you know. A jazz musician. There's not a lot I can tell you because it really and truly, the horns, the way he blows, you know, speaks for itself. And it's a brethren that I did some collaboration with in West London, called the Terratone Massives, you know. And actually, we collaborated again. They brought the sax man and I brought the music, and we did a thing together with them, you know.
So where was that actually recorded?
That was the tune was actually recorded in the Lions then, you know, my little studio.
Oh, you hear that?
Yeah, so yeah, secret location. People can't get, you know, can't get that full up, you know.
Only Daniel knows that.
Yeah, you know. So yeah, I have a little studio. I have my little set, you know, where I do my things, and when I'm ready, I take it out and I probably check my brethren's Jayut sound. Big up Jayut, them in the capital if you're listening. Every time, you know. And Terratone Massive, these two sound systems are the ones that I really give my tunes to test them out, you know, and make them hear how they sound in the dance. And I think maybe 2 weeks ago I went to the Scala down in King's Cross, and not knowing anything, but, you know, just going into just taking the music, and then a barrage of my tunes, them start lick down the place, and then I feel good, you know. And, you know, a few people tell me, boy, Jerry Lyons, is your production now? I say, yeah. Them say, yeah, man. Yeah, very good. I say, give thanks and just continue the works. Ja. Rastafari, bless.
All right, you hear that. All right, we're going to play some more. Which one?
Yeah,
what
I'm
we
going to tell
playing
you
now?
about this. Junior Delgado. You know, big artist from way back, you know. You know, he's no longer with us, but I did some work with him a few years back. And, yeah, I'm going to play some of it for the people to hear what's happening.
All right, Junior Delgado.
Society don't care for me. Whoa, yeah. Gonna be fire red. Stoke it, Maury Dre. Fire red. Stoke it, Natty J.
Wow. Even Princess Lynn have to say, watch this bass line, Lord. Jerry Line Production, saying right here on realmusicfm.com, exclusive. Junior Delgado, realmusicfm.com, Jerry Lyons.
Society don't care for me. Whoa, yeah. Gonna be fire red. Stoke it, Maury Dre. Fire red. Stoke it, Natty J.
Yes, it's time to be the instrumental. If you're listening if you're listening this through a system, you can hear the bass line, you know. Yeah, man, Jerry Line production, Jerry Line's bass line. Deep and round, trust me. Sounding real, real sweet in the studio.
Iron walls and bars. Yes, Congo like knife, they leave scars. Whoa, down the Babylon, fire red, fire red, fire red. In a Babylon, fire red, fire red, fire red.
All right, blessed love. Tell me a little bit more about the history of this tune. You said it was we played the dub, obviously, but there was a vocal there.
Yes, crowd of people. Yeah, that was Juno Delgado's voice on one of my dubs. Them, you know. There was a album that was working on around about 1990, 91, 92, around about the same time that I met Simba and the first series of music that we've been playing. There was an album called 100 Years Centenary, which featured Juno Delgado, Culture, Earl 16, Arisandi, Sister Nvyuma, which some people know. That Sister Nvyuma is actually Jai Mac, but she was using a different name.
Right,
Yeah, because she's on the album singing a tune called Haile I Rastafari, something like that. The title, but it did very well. 100 Years Centenary. Probably a lot of people out there know this album. But I was responsible for probably about 7 of the tracks on the album, and also collaborated with Dub Judah, which is also on the album, who contributed a lot of probably about 8 tracks to the album. So between me and Dub Judah, we did the first album, but the second album was a few another musician named Derek Litchie, who's producing and playing saxophone now, and a musician, a drummer named Drumtan, who played with a lot of bands. He also was a big played a big part with the Centenary Act, and that was produced by Sir Zima. Big up Sir Zima in the capital if you're listening. Big up, man, Rastafari, you know, and thing, and you know, it was really an experience working with those guys still, you know, and the Rasta man, them and the elders. Yes, yeah, you know. So that was that, you know, 1990. Quite a lot of work was done. Right now, this is nothing, you know. So much music. Yeah. We're gonna play another.
All right, we're gonna play another Junior Delgado. All right, let it go.
Yeah, you know, I'd like to big up my brethren, Mark Addis, because I know say you build this rhythm here at the Lions Den, you know. Big up Mark Addis in the capital. Yes, man, are you this? Junior Delgado, see?
We're talking about Junior Delgado, Jerry Line Production.
On earth there is no war, rumors of war.
Oh, yes. I really do like that tune there. Junior Delgado, produced by the one with the car, Jerry Lyons, right next beside me. All right. Like most artists, they obviously give their tunes to radio station and to sound systems. What sounds have really played your productions over the years?
Over the years, well, recently, we have sound like Jayot, Roots Ambassador, Terratone from West London, used to be called Paddington Terra originally.
Yeah, I remember that name.
Yeah. Josh Shaka, King Shaka. I used to have a sound in a Southeast London named Jaman. That was my favorite sound, apart from the big man sound, him like Coxon and certain man. But Jaman sound was a sound where I used to give music to. And I used to play my dubs them in the local dances, and people used to say, wow, where them get them tune there from? And the man used to say, boy, I did look a Russ over there build them, Jerry. And he used to give me them man, they used to inspire me and give me a big up, and make me play the tunes them. I mean, so many sounds. Okay, I remember some of them, but I do remember, Shaka. I remember when Shaka played one of my dubs on his sound, I nearly fainted. Because it sounds so big. And the people them start jumping like they know the tune, Yeah. But it's a steppers, Steppers is a type of music that make you dance, make you jump. So I always used to try and make those kind of rhythms, and hope that the sound man like it and want to play it on his set. Yeah. So, yeah, man. I used to move about with a sound called Sledgehammer. Big up Sledgehammer, man, them. You had two Sledgehammer, You had one from East London and one from Southeast London. I was with the Southeast London one. But me used to leave Southeast London and come listen to the East London one. So, yeah, I'm a sound lover. I am a sound lover.
All right.
Yeah, man.
All right, moving on. I think have we got another tune?
Yeah, it'll be on the CD. The next artist going to play is a sister where is on the circuit right now, going around and doing a lot of work with people like Rootside Tech and the whole thing and everybody, Goes by the name of Sister Lexi. Yeah.
Yes. This is Lexi. This one's about the life, Certain little things when we see, we say, I saw it go. Alright. She's got 3 babies. She don't know which way to turn. Always talking about she ain't got no money, but always got spliff to burn. Life goes on. Life goes on. Life goes on. Life goes on. Said life goes on.
Yes, we're talking about Sister Lexi.
He plays the guitar all through the night. He said, don't worry about the neighbors. Me, I feel alright. Life goes on. Life goes on. Life goes on. Life goes on. He said life goes on. You see that lady? She's a streetwalker. Yet she's still woman, wife, and mother. You see that old man standing on the corner. A drink free and whiskey, but you can see, say he's hungry. Life goes on, life goes on, life goes on, life goes on. I said life goes on, life goes on, life goes on, life goes on, life goes on. Said life goes on. I got a friend. He's got a big fat car. If you ever go to his house, he ain't got a thing, one suit. He's even got a mouse. Life goes on. Life goes on. Life goes on. Life goes on. He said goes on. Life goes on. Life goes on. I said life goes on. Life goes on. Ain't it funny? Life goes on. Life goes on. I said, ain't it funny? Life goes on. No worry about today. Think about tomorrow. 'Cause life goes on. Do-da-da-do-do-do. Life goes on. Life goes on. Life goes on.
Yes, we're talking about Sister Lexi. Now, still talking about the sound system. I understand you did some works or was in a band with Jashaka.
Yeah, later on after doing you know, all the clubs, you know, Bali, Phoebe's, Norwich and Four Races and the thing, and going around and listening to all of the sounds, I ended up in a studio where Jashaka actually came in and saw me and a couple of friends doing some work, and he kind of liked how we sound. But in my mind, I'm saying, but he's supposed to know, you know, because I used to follow his sound and probably lift up a couple of boxes just to get into Phoebe's sometime, you know, to reach before the sound reach and grab a tweet and go in, you know, and used to listen to him, and yeah, he was in the studio when he started doing some production. He actually had a label where he produced some tracks that came from Jamaica, you know, put on his label, and a couple of Jamaica artists, and getting some real, you know, good production, some roots production from Jamaica. And I used to listen to that stuff, you know, and get some real high meditation off of this music, you know. Sometime when I used to listen to Shaka, I used to go into a trance. You know, that's how the sound had me, you know. I used to go in a deep meditation, and sometimes I wouldn't even know so the tune done. You just realize it's silence, you know. And then yeah, but later on, yeah, I did some recording for Shaka, and he put a band together called the Fasimbas. Now that band was an article band. We had a musician in the Fasimbas band. You had people like Black Steel, you know, and we had a drummer named Electric from West London. He was a very good drummer, man. I haven't seen that man for years, but you know, we had a keyboard player named Greg Asen, and we had Victor Cross, who's, you know, rest in peace. He's no longer with us. He was in an accident, and yeah, bad keyboard man. Yeah, and Shaka put the band together, and we used to work under the name the Young Fasimbas, the Fasimbas. And you have albums like Revelation 18 and a lot of these tracks.
Yeah.
If you go back to some of these tracks and read the information on the back of the album, you might see my name, you might not see the name. Sometimes it's the name of the band, sometimes some of the albums would have the individual musicians who played, you know, the instruments and things like that, you know. So we did a lot of work. We did under Shaka's banner. I ended up working with people like Vivian Jones, Max Romeo, Harris Sandy again. Well, literally everybody that came on Shaka label, we did some things.
So where did you actually do a lot of the recordings?
A lot of the recordings was done in London, you know. There was a big studio in southeast London that we used to use. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a brethren that we knew that actually used to do some work for the community. And I think they gave him a grant to build a studio. So we used to go there and big up the studio and do production in there. So most of what I'm talking about in that era with Shaka, we would do the recordings in that studio, and then later on we went to other studios, you know. After the Jashaka saga, the later on, the same Fasimbas band ended up being the Twinkle Brothers band for Twinkle Brothers, because Shaka and Twinkle were very close friends, you know. Shaka always used to play anything that Twinkle Brothers would make. They would send him, you know, on dub plate from Jamaica, and he would actually be the man that was promoting Twinkle Brothers. And then later on, I ended up being a Twinkle Brother musician. So I played for Twinkle Brothers for maybe about 15 years, you know. And it's the first band where I actually get an award for playing music. So big up brother Twinkle, me know say you the God Jamaica and you supposed to come back to England and you're there. Big up my friend, big up my friend. Yeah man, my elder, you know. And bring me through, you know. With Twinkle I toured the whole world, literally.
Yeah, I was about to ask you about that, and obviously as a musician, and you must have, well, obviously you must have been around the world. Can you just tell me about some of that?
Yeah, tour out the whole America with Twinkle. And then I went back and toured it with Michael Rose because I played up for a band called the Dub Tribe, which was a session band, and went back to America, toured America with Michael Rose, and then I went back again with another band, the same band, Dub Tribe. We ended up doing a tour with Lee Scratch Perry, which was a privilege to work with him, you know, and yeah, literally touring, non-stop touring. The '90s was just great for me. You know, there was no rest. I was always on doing something, you know, always on the go, man. No time for sleep, you know. The only time we used to sleep is when we was going to the next gig. You know? Yeah, serious thing. Yeah, man. I enjoyed every moment of it, and if I had a chance to do it all over again, I'd do it all over again. You know? So, yeah, we've been to Japan, you know, Australia, everywhere. You know, Poland. In Poland, you know, Twinkle is one of the biggest. He's like Bob Marley in Poland. No disrespect, Bob, but Bob is the biggest artist, reggae artist of all time. But you know, in places like Poland, you know, if I didn't go there as a musician, I wouldn't believe that they listen reggae. But you know, you can go on the website and internet and tap in Twinkle Brothers, and you could, you know, tap in certain things and see certain shows, and you could see for yourself how the people really, you know, respect and love the music and the way that they give us, you know, the way they receive us when we come off the plane, and you know, and when we come to their country. It's just bare heights, you know. And the music is really the music is unifying the world. That's what our music is doing. Our music is unifying it. You know, it's unifying the world. It's all over.
So, so what would you say the most people that you've performed to?
The most would have been people like, believe it or not, is Europe. You know, because Europe is just across the water from us, and France is a place where I've toured a lot. Germany is a place I toured a lot. Austria, you know, Sweden, Norway, Finland. I could go on. I could go on.
Yeah, because we had African Simba here last week, and he was talking about how sort of reggae music in Europe is very, very large. And to a certain degree, it's got taking over to a certain degree of control of it as well. Can you add to that or take away from that?
Well, the only thing I can add is that it's a good few years ago I used to say to my brethren, you know, the music business is really taking off in Europe more than, you know, what we don't do here now. That's what they're doing in Europe now. So whereas nowadays that we haven't got no venues to play our music, and no soundman can't, you know, you can't hear the soundman them playing their music, and you can't hear two soundmen getting together, and you know, these things are not happening here. They've closed all the venues, all the youth clubs. But if you go to France and you go Holland and then places, sometimes the brain go backwards, because it's like the people in my do what we, you know, like what we used to do. When, you know, when they keep a festival over there, so it was just like when we used to have festivals in the 70s. You know, everybody together, everybody just having a smashing time. You know, everybody's just, and it's just reggae. You know, I went to a festival where one of my Earth Strong, I wasn't actually playing. And I went to Holland, you know, because I'd never been to Holland without a guitar in my hand. So, you know, me and my partner decided, okay, we're going to go Holland for my Earth Strong. And I tell you what, I went to a festival and watched Burning Spear. I watched Culture. I watched Beanie Man. I watch everybody that could ever be on this show. I mean, these shows, we never have these shows in England. But in Europe, they have some big festivals, man. And I'm telling you, for the day, you could watch at least 10 artists.
All right, so you believe that it's better supported in Europe than it is anywhere else?
Well, I would say things are going on in Europe more than here. you know, there is things to go on, but you know, what you have to remember when you're doing music, you're not doing it for where you live. You're doing it for the whole world. So if it, you know, if the music takes you to Colombia, Australia, that's where we're going to go with the music, you know, to promote I things. So yeah, it's one of those things. A lot of people say that, you know, the music has been taken over. In a sense, it's been taken over, but we still have the stronghold on it because they're still sending for these artists that actually make the music, you know. So it's how strong the artist is, you know, how strong you are, how strong your message is, you know. If your message is weak, it's not going to get nowhere. So you know, all of the music, everybody in the music business, we have to deal with a positive and a strong message, and it will get through. You know, we just need to be unified on this thing. You know, one can't make it. It's a barrage, an entourage.
Yeah, that's very true. Because I know that they're making a lot of roots and culture music, particularly in Europe right now. And, you can sort of hear it on Facebook when they send it out. So you know it's evident and very strong in Europe. You know.
Yeah, Europe. I mean, I remember doing an interview years ago, and I was sitting alongside Black Steel at the time. I will always remember this interview because I always looked to see if I could see it, but I never see it, you know. But I remember the person that was interviewing was saying, you know, they was asking similar questions and saying, well, what do I think of Europe? You know, why, you know, what do I think of France? And I said, well, I love France because you love our music. So anyway, that love our music, we love them too. But the thing was that we'd been to France so many times that I started to, you know, you start to wonder. You know, I live in Britain and nothing going on. I'm always taking a plane or a train or something to go and perform, you know, out of England. And France became one of the places where a lot of reggae musicians came and, you know, and did a lot of work. I mean, you know, you have some big musicians. When I was out in France the last time, which was a few years ago, I actually watched the Gladiators, which is a band from, you know, them Mondays like Foundation. And I remember standing at the side of the stage, listening to them and watching them, you know, and the crowd of people, the way that they receive these people. They know every single word to them and them tune. I mean, I tell you, so that, you know, it coming like sometimes the people in Europe, them love the music more than the people them in England. And being English born and everything, you know, and know how we love music and how we took the music. It's like, it's like over there, they love it more. And because they love it more, they're doing more things to be able to have functions and things to, you know, to really take place over there. So you're going to find a lot of people going to make their bread and butter here, man. It's going to be out. You know, it's going to be out of England. England, we just live here. We just pay bills here, you know. Bill and Wimney and Paul Tuck and the whole of them are control this thing. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I can't argue with that at all.
Yeah.
I've just seen on the MixLR Miss Independent signed on, so blessed love goes out to Miss Independent and the whole of the South Side, realmusicfm.com. We're going to, what's this next tune we're playing?
Well, you got this selector. I am a selector, you know. Just run the
tunes are all tough anyway, so
yeah, run the rhythm and we just
talk about it. All right? Yeah, man.
Too long my foreparents have been a slave on the plantation, but the youths of today they say they will not take it no more. From my eyes were at tiny, I've been working hard. See me walk the street as a rebel youth. Now the time is coming, I and I must be clear. Equal rights and justice stand for all, and that stand for every man in a real.
Yeah, you know, that is culture, you know. After the centenary album, seeing.
And the tune is tough.
My foreparents have been a slave
Jerry Lyons production. Your pose a blessing in the building, in the studio. Princess Lynn. Alright. Big up Ebony J. Clara in the green room. And you know what? We have more. Check the bass line.
I'll fight for my rights of being a rebel. Fighting for His Majesty, being a rebel. His Majesty said I hear, being a rebel. No one can tell. My mother burned me, yet she don't know my ways. Jah know my ways always, my going in and stepping out. Sometimes being a prisoner for every action too. Never steal no one, not pick on old ladies first, but still being a rebel. Fighting for the action of humankind, being a rebel. From even the day His Majesty was crowned, being a rebel. Jah know I'm being a rebel. Jah know me night and day. In against the courthouse wall, backed up in Babylon. I've been beaten, they break up my hands and legs. Still, I've been a rebel. I'll never stop fighting for human rights. Been a rebel for the issue of man. I've been a rebel. Jah hold me by my hand every day. I pray that they would turn me loose. But instead of respecting, they want to put you on the full rules. That's why I've been a rebel. Fighting for human rights, I've been a rebel. Fighting both night and day, I've been a rebel. I know it's true. Once in the dance hall, they used to have razor and stick.
Listen to the voice of Africa. Heed the words of the Rastaman. Yeah.
Yes, inside the band what I call Max Romeo, Jerry Lyons production. Right here on RemsFM.com, exclusive to the world. Alright. Sounding real sweet in the studio, trust me.
Those at home and those abroad. Yeah. Africa is for the Africans. Those at home and those abroad. Yeah, yeah. Calling all careless Ethiopians to leave out of Babylon. Let's educate ourselves for the betterment of the future. Show love to the sisters, be kind to the brethren. Africa is for the Africans. Yeah. Those at home and those abroad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Africa is for...
Yeah, that to be the man with the call Max Romeo. Now moving on to the one with the call Mikey General. Alright, taking it right to the top pose. I select the rhythm them. Alright. Mikey General. That's how we do it on RemsFM.com. Here with the man with the call Jerry Lyons. Alright.
pressuring us. They're full of content, but I and I look to Zion, from where cometh strength. And though they ill treat I and I, of this we are sure. The mercy and love will always endure. Oh, that you have mercy on us. You alone do we trust. That you have mercy on us and bless us. Yeah, that you have mercy on us. You alone do we trust. That you have mercy on us and bless us. Yeah. As the eye of the servant looks to the hand of the master, so our eyes will wait on you, Jaja. Yeah, yeah. We see the destruction, yeah. We know it's Armageddon, yeah. Babylon, it won't be long. Jaja, have mercy on us, yeah. You alone do we trust. Jaja, have mercy on us and bless us, yeah. Jaja, have mercy on us. You alone do we trust. Jaja, have mercy on us and bless us. Oh, oh, oh. Like the child that the wind driveth away. If you don't love Jah, that's what's gonna happen. I say, come my brother, please look into your stare. And remember, Jah is your source of help. Yeah, whoa, that Jah have mercy on us. You alone do we trust. That Jah have mercy on us and bless us. Yeah, we see the destruction that is coming to Babylon, and we know.
Yes, yes, says that happened to the man with the car, Mikey General. Tell me how that tune came about.
Well, that tune come about is really, that is a tune with my bill that was on the Centenary album, part 1. And like me say, you know, some of the rhythms that I build, you know, they go round, you know, they go round. I mean, Sir Zima decided that he wanted to have more people on these rhythm tracks, and Mikey General is a brethren when we know from long time. Max Romeo obviously is a foundation again in the business, and due to Sir Zima, we get to meet some of these people, and they bless the tracks doing with the voice, you know. So that's how we come about, you know, doing that. And there's plenty more where that come from, you know. There's a whole heap of bugger tune, it's serious.
Yes, I'm sure he's got a whole library of music. A lot of people do a cover versions. I mean, are there any particular rhythm tracks or rhythms that you like or that you love playing?
Oh man, I've done a whole heap of cover versions. I've done relics. There's a couple of tracks out there. A couple of years ago, I must have I did a version of a track, a Sugar Minot track called Every Little Thing. Yeah, that track there, Speak Me. So, you know, I haven't got it here tonight, but yeah, I have done a lot of cover versions. I do a lot of cover versions to kind of see if I could reproduce what I hear. You know, so I even do it with soul tracks as well. So I've got some tracks where I've built where it's a soul track, R&B, and you know, you do a reggae remix. So I've done things like that. I try and keep versatile with the works, you know, with the playing.
Yes, and I've heard some of them myself personally. I mean, there was a remix or a new tune of the Bob Marley tune that.
Yeah,
I don't know if you got it here today. Have you got it here today?
No, I haven't got it here today.
That's a shame. That'd be for next time for sure.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, you can get that. You know, we'll bring it the next time I come.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna play a instrumental now. mixed and produced by the one sitting right next to me, the one called Jerry Lyons. Hold tight.
Yeah, this one is called I Will Forever Be Loving Jah, you know? Rhythm track title, Lions Den.
I can hear Princess Lynn in the background. You wanna come to the foreground? Yes, I got to start that right from the top. You see, the very, very top. Where was this mixed?
In the Lions Den, you know?
Yeah, that. Counteraction 2. Yes, you can imagine the sound system playing this tune, yeah?
Yeah, you know. This one is by Sister Uemana, out on the Jayut label. Seeing? Yeah, man. This one is called Save the Children, dub special.
Got to save the children. Let the children lead. Protect the children.
This one played by Real Music, you know? Yeah.
Save the children, let the children be.
Exclusive, alright.
Give them a chance to grow. Give an hope for a better tomorrow. Let them live. Save the children. Oh, let the children live. Protect the children. Them safe from harm and misery. Reassure them, educate and teach. Often manners, respect and discipline. They'll show the examples what they hear and what they see. Save the children. Let the children live. Protect the children. Smiling faces hear their laughter full and free. They play and grow in innocence and purity. Life before, assured of all their needs. For the world has hope for humanity. Save the children. Let the children live. Protect the children. Too many suffering and dying needlessly. Political warfare, disease and poverty. Living, begging, and sleeping on the streets. Criminal daily in other robberies. Save the children. Let the children live. Protect the children. And abandoned, adopted and abused. Know what life is, desolation and squalor. Chance no change, no hope, no dreams, no rights. Normality in their fragile little lives. We got to save the children. Let the children live. Protect the children. Got to save the children.
Yes, we're talking about Prince Levi Jah.
Mama, Papa, listen, feel it, this a Babylonian drama. Mislead the youths them from them born, yeah. Protect their little light that shines so bright. Babylon conquered us, snatch the babies overnight. Babylon, see and they feel like without what children they can do as they like. Clowning on DNA, that's why. And what's for the midwife in a white? The children. What are you teaching to the children? With love and knowledge you have to fill them. No bother leave it up to what heathen. No way. The children. What are you teaching to the children? With love and knowledge
I think
you
on the
have
needle
to
might be a
fill
little bit.
them.
You know what I mean? When I put it on
Bother leave it up to what heathen. No way. Go and get out of date. Food away them manufacture. Poison from your land, no baby belly, it a rupture. Better we go fling up all two veg up in a blender. Good immune system it would a render. If you're blind, can't sight up their subliminal signs. Corrupt their mind with scary tale, cartoon and nursery crimes. So take the time to plant the seeds of progress in their mind. Without knowledge of oneself, the freedom goal is hard to find.
God, is it?
Children.
All right. Yes, Save the Children, Hans. Yes, this is by Jerry Lyons in association with Jayut Sound System, Roots Ambassador. How did that come about?
Well, I met Jayut probably around about late 80s. You know, I used to live over in North London side. And apparently I just lived down the road from him, and a brethren that knew him, you know. He said to me, he's going to carry me to a brethren yard, and, you know, he was into sound and them thing there. And we went to go and get some food, you know. And when I went into this yard, you know, I met the Ras and realized, well, him did have a big sound named Jayot. I heard of the sound, but I never actually knew the member of the, you know, the people them in the sound. And we become good friends, and he wanted to do some collaboration with me. He had some stuff that he was doing with some other people before, but as soon as we linked up, it was like, yeah, we need to do something, and we started working on this album. Well, actually, we started working from I think it was about 96 or 97. I started doing some work with him, and around about 2000, I had an accident, you know. Was coming back from France from a show with Max. We'd finished back in Max Romeo, and we ended up in an accident, and you know, one of the brethren in the band, Victor Cross, you know, rest in peace. Him not there now. Him never make it through the accident, and that kind of slowed down the production because I just started working with Jayut, and to tell you the truth, the set of tunes and the Sister Uemana album what we have out was a continuation of the first album, but we didn't actually put out the first album. So we still got the first album to come out, you know? So, yeah, it's, around about, 96, 97, I met Jayut, and we got friendly, and we was talking about doing some collaboration, and this is what you're hearing today now, you know?
Yes, that's right. I remember it wasn't that long ago. I actually went to your studio, and Jayut was there, and he was actually laying down a tune. And I was promised that I'll get a copy of this tune, and both you and Mr. Jayut. I mean, I see the tune yet, but I heard it. I heard it when at the Ethiopian dance, and it went down. Got to big up reggae people, Sharon and Romeo.
Yes.
And it went down a storm, you know, and that made me even more want the tune. So if you're listening, Jayut.
Just cut a CD fast, you know. Yeah,
yes, because it was a tough tune, you know.
Yes,
I don't even know the name of the tune because it was just being built when I was there. So
okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think it was the Congos. Yeah, the Congos
tune,
are beating up all the tracks right now. Yeah.
All right. We're gonna play some more music, but before that, I just want to say, you know, how would you see the future with Jerry Lyons and what do you think that you can do in the future?
Well, in the future, I would like to produce more artists because I'm not doing a lot of stage shows as a band member. So I've got a lot of time where I can spend, you know, in the studio and being able to build more new rhythms and work with new artists like Princess Lynn, and there's a few other people right now. But right now, after this, I know Princess Lynn will be the next one to step up on the block, you know, and represent, you know. So.
Well,
yeah,
very well. If you're familiar with Rivers FM, you would have known that we played quite a few tunes from Princess Lynn, and we're not gonna let her go without saying a few words. That's for sure. All right.
For real, yeah, man. Yeah, in the future, like I have a Congos album. Congos will be coming out on the Jayut label, produced by I and Jayut. We have another album, Prince Allah, will be coming out.
Yeah,
on the
Jayut
label,
yes.
You know, produced by Jayut, Jerry Lyons Den. And we have, me personally, we have a Sister Lexi album, which we're just in the process of kind of putting the material and seeing how the album is going to look. I'm doing another set of little work with some local artists in the area. Like I said, I mentioned Sister Amma Flames. You know, and a couple of artists. I'm trying to think of them right now, but right now I'm just thinking of the ones that we are actually pushing at the moment and trying to really get them on the right foot, on the good foot, you know, forward, you know, because the message we cannot stop, you know, putting the message out to the people. You know, we need to keep the message flowing, and sometimes we need new blood and new, you know, new people to come and take the baton and take it forward again, you know. So it's all about the message. It's all about what we can, you know, what we can portray to the people, give the people, you know.
What advice would you give someone who's just sort of coming into the business and trying to feel their way in? I mean, what advice would you give them?
What advice I would give them? Well, yeah, they can keep going. Never stop doing what you're doing. Always have faith in what you're doing. Always believe in what you're doing, you know? Because I didn't get here because I made a hit tune and then I was here. It took a lot of hard work, you know? I even take beating, forget good, you know? I mean, when man used to give me some slap, you know, when we never used to play the thing right, he used to say, yo, you have to play this, you know? He give me a country and western tune. Them time them me want play Big Youth and Jawush and all them things.
Yeah, man, I know.
The man tell me about Jim Reeves and them things. But you know, enough respect.
Foundation still, you know?
Yeah, you know, but enough respect because I learn the music and it made me learn my instrument. You know, it made me learn my instrument and appreciate other music apart from what I personally did like. You know.
Did you go to school or was it something that you self-taught?
Well, it's a self-taught thing, but how I learned to play what I'm playing now, everything, I just watch people, you know. So probably I had it in me, but I needed something to trigger it off so that I can get it going. I did take some guitar lessons, and I tell you the truth, I think the guitar teacher was a bit racist. I don't know if I said the right thing, but I don't know if him never liked me or something. But him always used to shout after me. Well, what used to happen is that I used to go with my guitar and leave the house and go somewhere else and learn to play the guitar, you know. And I didn't give up, you know. I didn't give up. I kept on going. When my mother found out that 8 guineas was she paid for me for learn guitar lesson, I only went to about 3. She broke the guitar upon me. But they were still wondering how me managed to learn to play this thing. So if it's only 3 lessons I take, oh you keep it up, and you know, I have to give thanks and praise to the Most High for that.
There's other instruments you play as well, isn't it?
Yes, man. I play lead guitar, I play drum, I play the keyboard, I can blow trombone, and other things. There's other things I haven't tried to play. I can play the double bass, you know, the one with the stand-up bass. I can play the violin, the cello.
So you're multi-talented, see?
Yeah. I don't know about the multi, but you know when you're trying to do something and you're doing it and you're trying to get people to help you to do things and you just end up learning it yourself. And that's what I did. You know, I just took some time out. I said, okay, I can pluck the bass. Yeah, okay. You know, plucking the bass, I was able to go back on the guitar again and start playing, you know, picking and start to play lead and thing. And yeah, man, the whole thing is everything. I probably can play more instruments if I get them. You know, so sometimes Jerry Lyons marvel himself, you know. I don't know what we can do. You put it in front of me, you don't know. You know, 'cause, you know, back in the day, I used to experiment with the instruments as well, you know. When I used to watch people like Jimi Hendrix, one of my favorite performers. I ended up starting, you know, to play the guitar with my teeth as well. So, you know, when I used to be in the caution band for ABCreation, you know, if there's anything out there, I've never seen anything what I've done with ABCreation. I know that there's been videos and there's been these things. I've never seen any. But I know that a couple of shows when they used to introduce me, they always used to say, yeah, Jerry Lyons, the man that plays the guitar with his teeth. And when he says that, you know, I got to play with my teeth. But there was one time they asked me to play with my teeth, and I said, no, I ain't doing it. I stood up and just played the guitar, just neatly, and just take a bow and step back. The teeth thing wasn't working that night, you know, so. Yeah, man, I go to America and play with my teeth too. The great Lee Scratch Perry put me on the spot and say, hey, you, guitarist, play a solo. And, you know, I play a solo for him. And when I finished the solo, he said, well, play it again. And I played again. And when I finished it, he said, yeah, now play with your teeth. And I had to wonder, somebody must have told him that I do this thing, you know. And yeah, I have to take the strap off and play with my teeth. You know, he's paying the wages, so I have to I have to juggle the thing and make the show happen, you know. No, man, yeah, man. Played guitar behind my back, all kind of things.
Yeah, you played with a lot of artists and a lot of singers. Without mentioning names, is there anyone that you would not, or did you have experiences with people on stage that you wouldn't like to go through again?
Yes, man. yes. Well, there is one. I'll never mention his name. Never. But my friends and everybody that know, they know, you know. Yeah, you have a couple of nightmare artists, yeah. Love them still. You know, you have some artists where they sing so righteous, but when you meet them, it's a different thing. So, my advice to people is, yeah, man, love the music, you know, but try not to get to know the artist too much, because you might get a disappointment. And I've been disappointed a couple of times, but I think it's within the business, you know.
So, any sort of nightmares live and direct with audiences?
With audiences, wow! I can remember I did. There was a show that I did in Germany, and we was playing with Maccabee. I used to play with a band called the Robotics Band, which was affiliated to Mad Professor. Big up Mad Professor if you're listening in the capital. You see, and the family and the whole Ariwa posse, everybody. Yeah, I was doing a show in Germany. I think it was Berlin or somewhere like that. And the crowd drinks so much beer that them start to fight while we was on stage playing the music, you know. And there was a well, he looked like a Rasta man to me. But this brother, he must have been under some spiritual heaviness. I don't know what he was under, but him end up in a crowd of white people. This man end up boxing up another sister. It wasn't his woman. It wasn't his girlfriend. He was moving a kind of way, you know, and he, you know, over there, so the people, them is like hippies. They sit on the floor, you know, like when you go to a hippie jam. And these people were sitting on the floor, and I think he kind of disrespected where they were and kind of stepped over them. And the sister said to him, well, you know, you just step over my drink, you know, you're disrespectful. And the man slapped the woman in her face. And we tell him to do that. Yo, we put on the guitars and rush him. Wall him up and make the security chuck him out. Because everybody was having a nice time. And you see a sister, but look, you know, a sister, and the man decided to pick an argument and want to beat up the girl in front of the band while we were on stage performing. And yeah, we've seen some things. We see some things. I've played at a concert already where you see some crew of people come in and them a wave a flag. You know, if it's a red, gold and green flag, well, them man was waving skull and bones. And you know what that means? That means that the fascists them coming at the dance and want to mash up the place. So yeah, we've seen a few happenings, you know. Nothing too frightening, but yeah, it's enough. It's enough to make you know what I want still. Yeah, man.
All right. I'm just going to play a couple more tunes. I mean, time is running and passing. I'm just going to play a tune now, and then we'll see where we go from there. What's going on?
Yeah, you know, this is a rhythm track from the Sister Uwemana album, you know, titled Save the Children. This rhythm track is called Ready for Your Judgment. Now this is a rhythm built by Dub Judah, you know, featuring Max Romeo on vocals, mixed by Jerry Lyons. Lyons then. Boom!
These are the words of David. Brotherly love, sisterly love, words of understanding. Yeah, from top. Righteousness exalted us so, yeah. These are the words of David. Brotherly love, sisterly love, words of understanding. These are the words of David.
Yes, tracking title Brotherly Love, but we're talking about Max Romeo, exclusive, alright?
Words of understanding. How good, how delightful it is for all to live together.
Yes, exclusive to all the Real Music FM families locked on. Exclusive, alright? Pause Blessed said yes, we have to bring Jerry Lyons here again because time's just running and running. And boy. And before we go, we still got to speak to Princess Lynn, alright?
These are the words of David. Brotherly love, sisterly love, words of understanding. These are the words of David. Brotherly love, sisterly love.
Yes, I got to tell Pause the Breast to pull that one back up, right back, and start it from the top. I know time's running and passing, but when music's sweet, you have to play it more than once, alright? And do remember, you can watch and listen to the recording on Ustream, Real Music FM, East Family, alright?
Brotherly love, sisterly love, words of understanding. These are the words of David. Brotherly love, sisterly love, words of understanding. How good, how delightful it is for all to live together like brothers, living like brothers. Fine as oil on the head, running down the bed, running down the beard of Aaron with the color of his robes. Yeah, these are the words of David. Brotherly love, sisterly love, words of understanding. These are the words of David. Brotherly love, sisterly love, words of understanding. Copious as a Herman dew, falling on the heights of Zion, where Yahweh confer his blessing, everlasting life. Copious as a Herman dew, falling on the heights of Zion, where Yahweh confers his blessing, everlasting life. These are the words of David. Brotherly love, sisterly love, words of understanding. These are the words of David. Brotherly love, sisterly love, words of understanding. Oh yeah, words of understanding. How good, how delightful it is for all to live together like brothers, like brothers. Fine as oil on the head, running down the bed, running down Aaron's beard with the color of his robes. These are the words of David. Brotherly love, sisterly love, words of understanding. understanding. These are the words of David. Brotherly love, sisterly love, words of understanding. These are the words of David.
All right. Before we go into the next tune, tell me a little bit about this track that we just played, or we just heard.
Well, that was Max Romeo on lead vocals. The rhythm track was laid by Dub Judah the Great, mixed by Jerry Lyons. That tune actually will come out on the Sir Zima label, which would be the same label that Centenary number 1, number 2 series, you know. So I won't be putting out that track on my label as such, but you know, this is all works that I've been doing with Sir Zima, and that is one of the tracks, yeah, that should be out soon. Hopefully, once the the administration and all the paperwork and everything needs to be done, and we'll be putting all of this music out. You know, we don't want to keep too long. We want to make the message, as I said before, we want the message to go out to the people. You know, and make them hear what we have to say. You know, and bring back the unity, the love. You know, in the music, and you know.
Just obviously, you've been started a few years ago. With modern technology, has that improved music, or I mean, what's the difference do you think between when you first started out and how it is now in terms of production of music?
Okay, when I first started, they never build a computer for make no music at all. We used to we used to use drum machine was the first technology that I did use that I owned, you know. And I remember getting my first drum machine and programming it, and I used to take out the bass and look at it and press the button. And then I used to look at it and say, "Shut up!" and press the button, and it used to stop. But you can't say that to a drummer in a rehearsal room, you know. When in the rehearsal room, you'll be working out a rhythm. I know sometimes we'll be trying to work out the chords or the harmonies, trying to work out the thing, and the drummers in the background. It won't stop play. And if I tell him, "Hold on, no boss." So when I got my first drum machine out, it was nice, and I got used to using it, and I learned how to program it. So I find that if you're good at programming, you know, if you know how to program, you can actually trick people and make them believe that it's a real drum and not an electronic drum. The music is as good as the producer. You know, if the producer has no knowledge of the equipment that he's using, then he's not going to produce nothing good.
Yeah, because of course the samples today are actually of real
yeah,
sounds,
that's right, that's
real
right.
instruments. So as long as you got the ear for music to put it together,
Yeah,
you can create music. Because I know that a lot of people, a lot of DJs actually make music that way. But I think you really need to be a musician. You can hear the difference between a musician and someone who
and
just
someone who's not a musician, because you got a lot of producers out there that make music on a computer, and they don't actually have a live musician that can say to them, "Well, look, this is the chord that I'm playing, so blah blah blah." You know, they go into their archives and they cut a drum pattern here, they cut a bass line, and they do this and they do that. Not a lot of the musicians can't even play them live. So this is why I just steer and play I&I music, you know. I&I music every time. If I use a computer, I am looking for authentic sounds to use to make the music. So I'm not looking for anything new, because whatever I'm writing and whatever I'm composing is new. It's not about, it's not about who's got the more sophisticated sound, because if you got, sophisticated sound and you don't have the machine to reproduce the sound on stage, then it's coming like a waste of time, really, because people like to see musicians play their instruments, and I like to hear if your record sounds like this, they would like to hear you. They'd like to hear it live. So I'd never try and make something that I couldn't play back live. It doesn't make no sense, you know.
Have you ever frozen on stage at all?
Have I ever frozen on stage? Yes. Yes, I have. I have. When I did my first stage show as a bass player, I played with my back to the crowd. Yeah, very disrespectful.
Is that
But
because you were shy or?
Yeah, I was I was shy. I'll never forget. It was in Labatt Grove, actually. They used to have a little hall called Acklam Town Hall, which they call the Subterranean now. Yeah. So around about 1970, 74, 75, playing with this band. I remember when we was going on stage, we was built to play with another band, so I was sweating before I even started playing. But after the third tune, I got confident. I turned around to the crowd, and then the rest was history. You know.
Plain sailing.
Plain sailing, my brother.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna play one tune. There's a voice on there. I'm not too sure whose voice it is, but we'll find out.
Play the track and let's have a listen. Now this is a test run, Jerry Lyons. Oh yeah, yes. Oh yeah now, yes, yeah. Give the Rastaman a chance. Can't you see he knows the right way? Say give the Rastaman a chance, yeah. Can't you see he knows the right way?
Alright, in case you never know, that happens to be the voice of Jerry Lyons, exclusive to the world. RealMusicFM.com. Yes, the voice of Jerry Lyons.
Yeah, this one is I'm a Flames, you know? I'm a Flames. Put the wrong to right.
Got to put the wrong to right.
Lions Den.
I got to put the wrong to right. I got to put the wrong to right. Opportunity passes us by. For instead of finding a solution, we complain about the situation. Old time people used to say, experience is the best way. We never choose our children from the truth. Same time to put the wrongs to right. Got to put the wrongs to right. Vexation is not the way you forward. Those are pleased by feeling tired. Somebody's a key, not used frequently. Due to ideas by society. False doctrinations, building up nations, build up on lies, mingle with truth. The system that is stealing now is mashing up the youth. The healing of the people is found at the roots. Got to put the wrong to right. 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 La 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 la. I gotta put the wrong to right. La 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 la. I gotta put the wrong to right. Government ruling, who are they fooling? Every day I sell out. What will be the next shot? Eating and working, thinking away your time. What that's so good in every part of your life. Imperfect system, imperfect teaching. Preaching speech, but say the weapons are killing. Who can afford it? It's the policy, the one that they're giving you and me. Got to put the wrongs to right. 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 You never know what you got until it's gone. I choose this to be myself. There's many happenings, people talk, you say, yeah, I should have feel the way. Most of us dancing the way the night shift. It seems that we're living in a pit. Man fighting man in business and home. Woman fighting woman, left alone. Learning to cope at the early age. Under the system's corrupted way. Got to put the wrongs to right. 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 Ooh. You got to put the wrongs to right. Yeah, yeah. You got to put the wrongs to right. Long time ago we used to live as a family. Did not rely on the age of machinery. It was the age of humanity. The liberty was a priority. Got to put the wrongs to right. 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 La, 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 la.
All right. Tell me a little bit more about this particular track.
Well, that particular track was Amma Flames, you know. Amma Flames is one of my favorite little young artists, you know. And yeah, that was the track we did probably around about the same time, the African Simba 90, 91, 92, 93, around about that time. Since then, we've done some new stuff that I haven't had the chance to play because, you know, maybe I'll have to come back another time.
For sure. I think we need a few more hours, really and truly, for this. But it's all in part one, you know. And in all honesty, it's been a pleasure having Jerry Lyons here on realmusicfm.com. And also the silent one will be called Princess Lynn. But we're going to hear her voice before we leave this building, for sure.
For sure, Princess Lynn. You have to come talk to the people. Anyway, I'd like to give a big shout out to all of the Real Music FM listeners. Big up to the whole of Uno. Seeing, supporting the station and all them things there. Big up all of my friends them that is listening. Bigging up all singers, players of instruments. Seeing, producers, songwriters, everybody that is involved in this thing. Make us get together and start collaborating and making the message more stronger, more positive. Seeing, that is what Jerry Lyons have to say. I like to say big up AB for inviting me and interviewing me today. Rasposa, my little brother. People mistaking him for my brother, you know. I want him my brother them still. And everybody that is concerned and affiliated to Real Music FM. And everybody in London, love you know, everybody in the world that is tuning in right now to Real FM, don't leave them out and don't change that dial. See? The next time will be another time. See? Bless you.
Oh, well, like I said, blessed love goes out to Jerry Lyons. I hope if you didn't know who he was before, you do right now. See? And I believe, have you got a Facebook or?
Yeah, I'm on just put up a new Facebook just the other day, you know, so if you tap in Jerry Lyons, probably you'd end up being my friend, you know.
I believe also is there on YouTube, yeah?
Yeah, man, YouTube. Yeah, you can see me on a lot of sites. If you tap in Twinkle Brothers, people, Twinkle Brothers, seeing, you see a lot of footage, you know, from back probably from 1990, come right up to 2000, you know. A lot of shows in Poland, a lot of shows in Europe, you know, a lot of music as well, because Twinkle is a man that I've done a lot of recording for. He's got at least 20 to 30 albums still yet to be released, and that is not that is not an exaggeration, people, you know. Twinkle Brothers is a website you need to tap in, you know. Just tap in Twinkle Brothers, man, and you'll be straight there and you can hear the production, and all information that you need to know will be on the man's website, you know. So, yeah, the world, you're listening, you know, you tune in, you know.
Yes, like I said, blessed love, and of course it was a pleasure, and we will do this again maybe next month sometime, because there's
Give thanks, man.
There's a lot of things we didn't talk about, and there's a lot of music that you still did that hasn't been played. So so we have to do this again pretty soon. Yeah.
Anytime you're ready, man. Anytime you're ready.
All right, blessed love. All right, we're gonna play one more. Paul's gonna line it up and play one more, and thereafter, is there anything else you'd like to say before we
Well, the only thing I like to say, I've said it already. We'd like to hear Princess Lynn do something for us, you know. She's been sitting here all day smiling.
It's true. It's true. It's very true. Yeah.
I can't wait to hear the sister on the airwaves.
We can hear. I'm gonna ask Pearls of Bless to take the seat, because I've been here since 8:30. And I need a break, so I'm going to ask Pearls of Bless to take on Princess Lynn, if Princess Lynn doesn't mind.
She don't.
She's smiling. She's smiling. So it's all good in the neighborhood. All right. Again, blessed love, Jerry Lyons. It has really truly been a pleasure to know a little bit about you, a little bit about your music, your history. And we really do look forward to it, probably next month or very, very soon. Yeah.
Give thanks and praises.
All right, this is the last one from Jerry Lyons production. Let it go, Pause, bless.
Man called Fred Locks, you know.
You hear that? Fred Locks.
The good book told us about these very strange seasons.
Yeah, this one is called Strange Seasons, you know.
Rain is falling.
So Zima Production, Lions Den.
Oh yes.
Real Music FM.
The sun is shining.
www. Real Music.
Gotta make haste. We've got no time to waste. This is not a place for the human race. Strange seasons down there in the western hemisphere, Lord. Strange seasons down there in the western hemisphere, Lord knows. Winter, spring, summer and fall, all in one day. That's why I know I've got to get away. Cause Africa, it is a better place. I've more freedom, no cold weather. We have more space, Lord knows. Strange seasons down there in the western hemisphere.
Straight seasons down here in the Western Hemisphere. Oh yeah. Gotta take a boat, even a plane or a train. Hey. And when I reach back home, I don't plan to leave again. I wanna be where the weather's not so cold. Gotta go back home now before I grow too old. Straight seasons down here in the Western Hemisphere, Lord knows. Straight seasons down here in the Western Hemisphere. Straight seasons down here. Lord knows, Lord knows. Straight seasons down here. Whoa, whoa, yeah, now. The rain is falling and the breeze is blowing. Watch where you're going. The sun is shining and yet it's snowing. I know. Straight seasons down here in the Western Hemisphere.
All right, in the building we have Princess Lynn, but before we communicate with her live and direct on realmusicfm.com, hear this. All right, I'm going to take that right to the top right now. Pause a bless. I'm going to do the interview with Princess Lynn. All right.
Rally. Welcome. Yeah. Boy, a little bit of a surprise for the people, them, because we have Princess Lynn in the studio. We saying Princess.
Greetings, people, blessings, one and all. You know, it's good to be in the house. Real Music FM. It's a long time that I've been coming and can't reach, but tonight the Father said and saw fit. So here I am.
Not
yeah?
before the time, though, Princess.
Yeah, man, true.
Oh, blessed love, blessed. Hey, Princess. So what have you been doing? What have you been up to? 'Cause we play tune regular here, you know. We regular have to play Princess tune. You know. I mean, I always call out Princess Lynn and Zephy and Natty and all them things. 'Cause we have to big up all of the people for real.
Yeah.
So what have you been doing lately? What was shows for the year? What have you been doing this year?
Okay, I was on Goodly Words in January. Yeah, African Simbas Earth Strong. Club Orleans, that's based in Finsbury Park. Had an Empress Menin showcase. That was 2 weeks ago on the 26th. And again, just featured in Orleans again Tuesday night. And meantime, between time, I'm just working on some music. For Jerry Lyons, I have a whole album and it's so exciting.
Hey.
It is, oh man. I love her steppers, yeah. And boy, and the man's catered for my taste. Literally. Yeah.
All right, that tune we just played there, Rally. Who was that produced by?
Roots High Tech.
Big up yourself, Roots High Tech.
Yeah, man.
You see me, I say, big up yourself, Roots High Tech.
Yeah.
So you do some work with Roots High Tech.
Mm-hmm.
People around here know, so we play Roots High Tech, and we always pick up his production. One of our brethren around the place, you know. And so what? You know, because what are you planning to do for the rest of the year? You got your album almost made. Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Hang on a second. I didn't say it was almost made. It's a work in progress.
Oh.
And anybody who knows me and knows me well, I take my time, yeah? And it's according to divine inspiration that the Father sent. I never force anything. According to when it's sent, I work and I write and, rehearse and just construct things well, according to when I have to go into the studio and, set things out, pan it out as it's being given. Yeah.
You see me, I say. Okay, so yeah, I'm just playing the third person here because like certain times you say things to people and them things that you mean tomorrow.
Assume, yeah.
Yeah, so we don't want to assumption.
Clarify, yes.
You want to clarify yourself
That's
from
right.
here,
Yeah, man.
So you're writing and you're putting together the new album now.
Yes, I am. Mm-hmm.
But you've had some other releases as well.
I have.
Yeah. I'm gonna play one of the other tunes for my account, the people there know, because the next tune we just play around here. So, the thing set, I remember I had to go out and get this on vinyl, so I don't want to get it twisted. So we are really fun around here,
You have to fork out like everybody else.
We are really
like
fun
it
around
is.
here.
All right.
ready for you to come live, you know.
What, this same tune or
Yeah.
Okay. I have something else that I want to sing live anyway as well. Okay. You ready? Or you want me to just Warrior Nataria, Jaja soldier, not physical, yeah. Yeah. Well, now, listen. Said I'm traveling along life's way, meeting hypocrites along the way, smiling with me as if they're my friend. Yeah, the truth is they're not. They're my enemies, so I best beware. Always trying to tear me down. You're fighting a losing battle. You might as well give up now. Did you hear me? I'm pressing on with tenacity, knowing that always I have the victory. Can't you see? You can't conquer me. I come here to conquer. Yes, I am one of your soldiers, and I'm fighting a spiritual battle. It ain't physical. You see, you can't conquer me. I come here to conquer. 'Cause Princess Lynn is one of your soldiers, and I'm fighting a spiritual battle. It ain't physical. You see, hitch. Yeah, man.
Yo, man,
To the people, to the people. Blessed Lord.
Yeah, well, Princess Lynn live in the studio, you know what I say? Hey, so Princess Lynn, can you tell the people what made you start singing?
What made me start singing? Okay, we're going way, way back, kind of into the vault now, you know. Okay, I'm gonna go back as a child. Okay, I didn't actually sing as a child. I had a very music used to always move me, stir me, make me cry. And because of the feelings that I felt so deep, I didn't want to sing because it was hurtful, yeah? I remember when I was 7 years old, I was up in West London. My cousins were like a lot older. They were like 18, 19. And they were playing General Penitentiary. And I don't want to be no general to end up in a funeral. What? Damn tune there. And I heard that. And from then, I embraced, the roots. I knew that there was something there for me, yeah? Going on, school, when I was in school, we used to have assembly. Everybody used to be in assembly singing. I couldn't sing. I'd cry like somebody died. Couldn't sing. Wouldn't sing.
A lot of passion wrong there.
It was only when I reached the age of 17 and I was going to church, White Lion Street at the time. And I joined a choir called the Inspirational Choir. We sung with Madness, we sung Wings of a Dove, we sung with Roberta Flack, Labi Sifre. There's a host of artists. And it's then that I embraced the music. But to start out so late, to be honest with you, it was hard. It was arduous almost because I couldn't sing. I couldn't sing.
17 is not. It's not late. Remember when me tell you, boy, now we pass them cut there, you know. Remember when me tell you 17 is still an early thing. We have youngsters. We have youngsters even now.
Yeah, I know.
And when they say, no, I'm feeling old, I'm thinking, what are you talking about? They get to 25, they will feeling old. No. You know what I mean?
I know what you're saying.
17 is so young, isn't it? No, is it not?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But back then I felt, I had to do something, yeah? Following on from that, one day, Melody, and his brother, Tyrone, Tony, they used to live around the corner to my parents, yeah? And from I was like 5 years old, my sisters used to carry me around there. And as I got old enough to go there myself, I used to just go and sit down and jam on their sessions. They play their music. And I remember one day I walked in and there was a Rasta man sitting down playing, strumming on his guitar, and he just fascinated me, yeah, by the name of Prince Lincoln.
Oh.
And I remember the tune. He never released this tune. It was Revelation time is coming, Revelation time. As the time keeps rolling by, the revelation is a drawing nigh, can't you see? And you know, dun, 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 dun. Revelation time is coming. And that's what I heard, and that's what just drew me to him and his music. And I remember one night, I was actually, he used to go down to the EWF, yeah, with Jabones, yeah, down in
Jabones, rest in
yeah,
peace.
no, bless him, blessed love, you know, down in it was down in the RUZ Center, off West Green Road, and I remember I was attending there for like a whole week. They were having like rehearsals for a show, and the night of the show, the backing singer decides she's not turning up. So Prince Lincoln looked at me and he said, "What you say, daughter? You think say you can't handle the music?" I'm like, "Well, I'll give it a try." Because I didn't sing with them. I was just sitting there listening, and went on stage and embraced it, did it. And he said to me afterwards, "Oh, you feel like becoming one of the Royal Rassies?" I said, "Yeah, man." And he said, "You're a champion, you know, you're a champion."
So you was one of the Royal Rassies.
Yeah, so that's how that was born. Yeah,
Prince
that was
Lincoln
the
and
night.
the Royal Rassies. Well, you know, see, we have a serious history in here tonight because me and Jerry Lyons are talk about some artists where we love wrong. Yeah. You see me, I say, I'm Prince Lincoln. You're forward and just seal up the thing. Cause when I talk about Prince Lincoln, remember me tell you. Because them know, so we love anytime we play them tune. Well, I've had the pleasure of seeing you do the Prince Lincoln live.
Yeah.
You see me, I say. You touch a little piece of humanity. Do a little humanity.
Time is getting harder and harder, more and more each day, yeah. Still I am determined that I'm never gonna change my ways. Singing about love the way it should be. You gotta open your eyes and you will see love the way it should be. You gotta make up your mind and you'll advance humanity. Humanity, humanity, humanity. Whoa.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Because you know what I notice? Anytime you sing them tune there and Kingston 11, boy, I don't make a do a Wooly Pack singing in here. But she does Kingston 11 as well. But when you do them tune there, and the response, the people always sing along with them tune there. You see
It's
me, I
that
say?
connection, you know, because it takes them back. You know, when you can kind of, what's the word? When you connect with something and it takes you back to an experience when you first heard, you know, saw Prince Lincoln or heard him, you know, and you've got that connectivity spirit to spirit, yeah? And it stirs up memories, emotions, feelings, you know. It's that connectivity.
But
what I
let me
love.
tell you, the longevity of them tune there. You see what I mean? You know what I mean? Like I remember Jerry did talk about Bob earlier on. You see, like if you play a Bob Marley tune, people know the Bob Marley tune, them can sing along and dance with it. But Prince Lincoln have that, and it don't matter when we go in the world, if a Prince Lincoln tune drop, it's just like it's like an electric in the ear.
Yes.
They must start singing the tune till the people have to pull up the tune now.
Yes.
You know what I say?
Yes. You know, all right, let me tell you something, right? Lincoln used to always say to me, you see, because he said even because the connection that we had, he said it goes beyond life, you know. He said even when we part, it'll always be there. And I always feel like whenever I sing his song, I always feel like, you know, he's there with me. You know, it's a metaphysical thing to know, say, well, we die, you know, if life is more precious than gold, how can we just disappear? Our spirits go back to the Father, but the spirit lives on. You know, it's a metaphysical, it's in the air. You can't see, but you can feel. you can sense, you can't touch, but that spirit lives on, and the spirit of Prince Lincoln will always live on, The voice, that voice, smooth as velvet. His mother always wanted him to be a doctor, something, but
Him have healing powers. The man have healing powers.
Music was always his passion. It was always his first love.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real. The man have healing powers. I can testify. Because I'm not just me when I say, because remember I said you did do a show, the Empress Menem show, and you did touch a couple of tune, and there was certain that were brethren down there. Big up Isaac Natty, big DJ around the place, Hitman, big DJ
Sister
around the
Joseph.
place. Sister Joseph, big DJ around the
Basie.
place. You know what I mean? Russ Bates. Hey, what? And them all forward up and say, boy, Princess Lynn, you have to lick back them tune there, and put them on the road, because only you, because you have that connection. And it's a true thing. When Isaac Natty said, it's a boy, it's not everybody that's forward and do a Prince Lincoln tune, And a serious thing. I remember them man. We grow, so we know we grow in there. They said same beginning. So we know certain people we are taught personally. Remember I said Draw Uprising on all Monday. You see me? I said from a longer time still. But why? Yeah. I really have to. I love that we touch on Prince.
Exactly. And further I would like to add that after I had my youth and that I kind of music took a back seat for me. Yeah, and I began pursuing a career in design and technology, and it wasn't until the transcending of Prince Lincoln that the passion that I had for design and technology died. I didn't want to do this thing no more. I had 3 months to graduate. I didn't want to do this thing no more. I remember one night I was sitting down, crying, and I started writing, and that was it. That was it. Yeah, that was 10 years ago, and I just felt like this is it. This is what I want to do now. This is music. I want to take it. I don't want to be doing backing. If I have to lend my vocals to backing, then I don't mind. But I want to step up to the forefront and do the music, blaze the music, because it's all about the word, the message, upliftment for our people. We need the word. Music is universal. Sometimes you don't even have to understand what someone is singing. It makes you feel good. Do you know what I'm saying? It is vital and it is valid. Yeah.
Blessed.
Yes.
We love that.
Music is a mission. It's not a competition.
Well, when you talk about backing vocals, what you work with other artists? You've
I have.
Well, name a few then. Name a few. Cause the people they want to know. They really want to know where you're forwarding from. Certain time, you know what I mean. Them hear you on a tune and boy, they might not have heard of you before. Cause like you say, you was working with other people.
Yeah.
But now you step out in front and say, well, this is the Princess Lynn. You know what I mean? I say. So now them say, well. What's your background? What how you end up in this position, So name some of the people you work with already.
Let's just do a few. Sleepy, the one, Horace Andy, big up yourself. Yeah. Sugar Minor, Tony Tuff, Russ Aikula, Winston Reedy, Prince Erla. No. Who else now? It's gone right out of my mind now.
But that's a Willie Purdy.
Prince Malachi. What's his name? Oh gosh, Vivian Jones, Nearest Joseph. Oh man, there's too many to mention. It's too many.
You see, man, say a whole catalog of people. So you say, man,
Sheila Jenner.
She never just forward.
Wayne Lyrics.
Yeah, you see, she never just forward. She forward and learn the trade, and keep on going in this thing, cause All right then, for anybody who wants to be doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Some advice for the younger ones, especially for the younger ones that we are getting my strength. Because not for the younger ones have the talent and thing. There's a whole heap of red tape, legal illegalities. You know what I mean? Not for them to know about PRS and MCPS and how to make money out of this thing. Cause that's what we always push for you for know them thing there. So what is the advice you would give for a singer, someone who wants to sing, desperately wants to sing and do something? What's the advice you'd give them?
Okay. For somebody who wants to sing, whether it be play instruments or, DJ or what have you, you have to, first of all, know the reason why you're doing it. We're talking about the longevity of what you're doing, yeah? You have to nurture the gift that you've been blessed with, yeah? And it just doesn't happen overnight. When you see somebody up on stage and doing their thing, it hasn't happened overnight. There's a lot of tears, a lot of pain, and sweat that goes forth before you have the finished article. And even when you think it's the finished article, it's by no means, it's not so. You know, we still have to press on. We still have to keep challenging ourselves. Yeah, it's about nurturing, taking time out, finding, you know, going to, if you want to attend a vocal class, or, you know, just take time with yourself, get yourself a tape. You know, so a lot of people don't like to hear themselves on tape. Record yourself, listen back to yourself. You know, you can even record some stuff and let other people listen to and get some, you know, critical appraisal. Yeah. In terms of like the PRS and that, it's good to get clued up, do your research on, you know, your market, you know, get yourself, copyright all your music, and do not allow any of your works to be publicly used if you haven't copyrighted first. Yeah, that's one thing that is key. What again? You know, you have to have a target market, because, you know, if you see yourself as the product, yeah, you have to know who you're gearing this music at. If it's teenagers, if it's elders, if it's people in their mid-20s, whatever, you have to have a target audience. Know who your target audience is, yeah? And above all, I would just say, you know, run with your banner, fly your banner high, believe in self. You know, it starts with you. If you see yourself as the product and as the article, you have to know, say, well, be able to convince others, but it starts with self. You know, you have to know, say, well, this is your vision, this is what you see for yourself, and don't care what people want to say. Some people might turn and say, you can't sing, maybe jealousy. You know, go and do something else. Believe in yourself, and if the music and if singing is what you really want to do, press on with it. You know, press on with it. Just do it. Just do it.
I love that. I love when he said, do your research. A serious thing. Do your research.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to work with a producer and you don't know, do your research. Find out what him do before. Find out what kind of music they might do. Find out their, you know, production skills. You know what I say? If you're gonna work with a next music, and do your research. It's important to know about
imperative.
The copyright, like Princess said. I love that. I love how you talk to the youth there. Yeah, man, it's important.
It's all about love,
it's a very important thing. You know, and I was gonna say because you touched on you done your design thing. I know you noticed something about you. But I gotta talk this thing. And I know say it's been talked a lot in the industry. You, when you come on stage, you have your unique style of dress. You have some, could do a fashion line, you know. The Empress always turned up in something different, you know. And when she turn up, you know, it's unusual. Is that from your fashion background?
Okay, my father was a tailor, my mother a machinist, and, you know, so I grew up in the fashion industry anyway, you know, but it's all about, I mean, yes, I do look on the influences that surround us, you know, day to day, but fundamentally, it's about you being you. You are unique in your own right. You don't want to emulate anybody. You don't want to be like anybody, you know, because that's dissing the father, because he created you as a unique article, yeah, a one of a kind. You know, you got your own DNA, your own fingerprint, or what have you. You are you. So you make your own fashion mark, your own statement, you know, and it's having the confidence to know, say, well, you can carry it off. You know, it's not thinking, well, oh, I'm going to put them, people are going to think, well, yo, if it's like in the 1950s, and so what? Do you know what I mean? Once you think, say, look, go run it same way. That's how I see it.
But you don't have the problem when you forward a party or dance and you see a woman the same thing as you. You don't have that problem. You know that.
No, end of the
Because
day,
so
she have
unique.
taste, man.
We don't say because you unique when you forward in, you know.
Exactly.
I don't know if you got a little black number. Cause I know say every woman's supposed to have a little black number address.
I have several black numbers. Thank
Hey,
you.
you see that? She have one, you know.
That's when we play it safe, yeah? Okay.
Oh, well, boy, it's been well. All right, Princess. Princess. Cause we have to listen. We have to listen to do. I know. Say it's getting. The time is getting on. So I'd like you to do something. Some more singing for the people. Them. I want. Cause you know when you just start on your set, you do a cappella.
Yeah.
You can do that for me.
I think I can.
Yeah. Well, let's do that a cappella. Let me hear that.
Okay. United we stand and divided we fall. Some people don't seem to know themselves till their back's against the wall. Yeah. Reggae music, we're uniting, and we're bound to show the world. Reggae music so inviting to every man and woman, every boy and girl.
Whoa.
Oh, we never give up. We've got to keep on fighting. Jam music so uniting. No matter what they say, no way. We're singing naughty, 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 oh. 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 We gotta unite. 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 We gotta unite the world. Hey.
yeah, that.
Yeah, man, we have to unite. As a black people, we have to reunite.
All right, then, Princess. I know you did only pass to big up the family. Blessed love goes out to Mr. Ebony J. They're around the place. Blessed love goes out to Baba Licious and the family. I'm a Southside family. Special Mix, Rabbi, big up yourself. Miss Independent, Gary G, the whole of the family. Wow, I tell you, too much away. Mr. OD, big up yourself. Drama King, Queenie and the family. All right. I want you just do a live thing upon Rally.
Rally, okay.
We play that tune all the time. The people love that tune wrong, yeah. And every time you've been out somewhere and you do that tune there live, you just see the people that jump up.
You see that tune there though? Yo, when I wrote that tune, it's like, because there's many things that bug me, It's like rainfall full and free. So why Babylon shits them feel like they want to charge me for that? Every minute they come with something. Pure ism and schism. That's how it's red tape, bureaucratic bull. Yeah? That's how I see it. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like how the government set right now, not getting political, but it's like they make sure they squeeze us until we can't even move. Do you know what I mean? But we have to know, say, well, Father said, be anxious over nothing, you know what I mean? Say, don't care how the wicked one strive. You know what I mean? The day is coming. The fire just get hot for them, Watch and see.
A message wrong, yeah.
Yo.
So you can even just touch a piece for we.
All right.
Touch a piece for we, and then I will get you to big up all of the family and everything, all the family, sister and everybody.
Yeah.
And so all right. Give me a piece of this. Give me a piece of Rally so people them know it's you live. I do the thing. Yeah, the style now.
Here we go. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, and all that dwell therein. Rain showers fall full and free from the skies, yet the wicked wanna charge we for ill. Every day we know it's getting harder. Rich, the poor are getting poorer. Just said he shall never suffer hunger. In Zion we will dwell with him forever. Come on and rally, yeah. Come on and rally, oh yeah, rally, yeah, around Jethro, oh. Ain't she set the template for us? We can't allow the wicked try rule us. Jah is the key and we know this still through faith how we're living. Yes, we know we sometimes falter. We Jah by our side, we'll always prosper. When the going get tough, the tough get going through faith. We push on through. Rally, yeah. Come on and rally. Oh yeah. Rally, yeah. Around Jethro, oh, my people. Let's rally!
For real. Oh, princess, it's been fun. It's been fun. Listen, you must forward. I know, say, we just call you in, you know, and I know you were just here chilling.
Yeah,
but
I was in a nice place.
and I know, so we you know we pressured you, but we couldn't make you pass through the place without hearing those good vibes, though.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's been fun. I've been laughing all the time.
Yeah, I've had fun too. Trust, you know, blessings.
Big up the man called Jerry Lyons, Mr. Music himself.
Yes, Jerry Lyons, big up yourself.
Yes.
Posa Bless, big up yourself. Real Music FM, big up yourself. AB, big up yourself. And my sister next door. Enough love, sis. Yeah, man. Each and every one.
Green room
yeah,
full
people,
up,
Real Music FM audience, big up yourself. And my family, more love, yeah?
Yeah,
Praises to the Most High King.
You have to say hello to mommy, because I know mommy wasn't well just recently.
Yes, yes. You know, enough love, you know, and blessings sent out to my mother. You know, I just thank the Father for just stretching his hand and blessing her and just allowing her to come through. You know, she's been through a terrible time, hit by a bus, 5 broken ribs, you know, fractured head. And, you know, I give God thanks that she's come through. And a year later, she's walking strong as ever, you know. So, you know, we give thanks to the Father for that, you know, because it didn't have to be so.
And the youth, them and the youth, and the big man,
yes,
them.
Natty and Zeffy, Shots Deep and ZT, you know yourself, yeah? Enough love from mom. Brothers, sisters, each and every one, bless up yourself.
You see how it go wrong,
yeah,
man.
man.
See how it go wrong. But Princess, again, like with Jerry Lyons, we must, if the Most High bless you with life, make you forward in. Especially when you got the works with Jerry, more and more. Because you know, say we must get them first. I'm not in a business with nobody. If they don't love me, talk.
No, come on now.
If they don't love me, talk. Me now go shut up right now, you know.
Everything in due season, you know this, yeah?
Yeah, man. But yes. So yeah, anyway, you know, so we put our orders in already. So Real Music, you know, so you're gonna get exclusive. Because we are there in already, you know. So we know I'm do it live pan here, so them can't.
You just want to make a point, right? And you just want to make it on air to know yeah.
Hey, crowd of people. no listen to nothing, you know.
You look witness, man. That's all you look.
Make her know, say me say the thing live on here already, you know, see. Hey, but yes. So Princess, yeah. So, we have to big up all the drum beat people, African Simba and all the family. Stamina League, Stamina League.
Star.
Star Culture Records and Promotions. Cause listen, Star Culture, them just sell all the vinyl. Cause people think vinyl done, but you know what? Them man go all over Europe selling vinyl. All over the country selling vinyl. So if you want some of these roots high tech,
a foundation, you know, come on now.
You want roots high tech, you want any Jayu music, go on the Facebook, put in Star Culture. You see me, I play a culture spelled with a K.
Yes.
By the way, you see me, I say, put in Star Culture, contact my brethren. If you can't get hold of him, get in contact with ABCreation. That's ABCreation, my bigger brother. Posa Bless. They're on the Face the Book. The two Face the Book, right? And you know, I'll put you in contact with him. He's on my list anyway. And all of them tune where we are play around here, yo, except for the exclusive one with Jerry Lyon them player, then you can't get them. You can't get them. So all right then, people. Blessed love to each and every one. Thank you for your listening ears. We're gonna play a few more tunes, and you know, we're just sitting here and we're just chilling with them in the green room. We're gonna play a few more tunes and make the people them feel nice, and that's it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's Jerry Lyons, right? Yeah, man. I know this one. Me have this one.
So do remember Saturday the 13th. They're down there at the Through the Rose, 68 the Green Southall. Jah over evil. Yeah, man, the man called Sparky and Cornell Campbell. Earth Stang. Only parties are passed through. Remember when I tell you? Only for good DJ are passed through. Straight, sir. So if you're in that side of town down at Southall, Through the Road, you don't know. Big up yourself, Diana, Lady Di. music, media, management. Also Savannah, Layla Rose, the whole of the family, you hear me?